Hello. Oh my god. I have to record this again because the first one, the audio was muted somehow. So I talked for like 50 minutes without audio. Not even from the beginning. I don't know. I think I pressed mute or something. So I'm gonna try to do this before I go to work. So this video is going to be our monthly drama recap. So let's just get started. Lots of dramas. 17 dramas, which is a lot more than last month. One anime finally, but it's an older one. And I've watched around like 20 movies with my parents alone, and most of them were old black and white classic Hollywood movies like Top Hat. Let's start then with our drop dramas. First would be the 2026 Korean drama Doctor on the Edge. I was watching this for the female lead mostly. For the male lead, his projects are mostly iffy for me. For the female lead, her last project was but she's always great. At first, I really liked it. I expected it to be a healing drama with episodic stories, and little by little, each story would parallel whatever conflict each character is facing and would heal through that. But the story went boring as it went. The progression of the main love story is not interesting. I think they have chemistry, but they don't have overwhelming chemistry. That's why it's hard to even root for them because I don't know. And each episodic story is so loose and uninteresting. Nothing in this drama is keeping me hooked until like the next episode. So that's why I dropped it. Next drop drama is the 2026 Chinese drama Ashes to Crown. I see what they're aesthetically going for with all the reds and all that stuff, but God, it just gave me a huge headache. I have to look away from the screen because, my God, I don't know what they were thinking. And the actors were just doing what they could with the material they were given and the direction they were given. And I feel like this drama is a drama version of like a short vertical drama where they just piece together high tension moments without any build up. These high tension moments have no proper or meaningful build up, then it won't take me into an emotional roller coaster like dramas like these should take me on because I'm not really attached to any of the characters. And the cathartic moments that are supposed to be cathartic are cathartic. Either because the strategy of the female lead is mostly pretending that she fell for the enemy's trap, but she knew what was going on. So, ta-da! I won. You didn't one up me. That means technically you didn't win. And I feel bad for the actors involved, especially the female lead. She is trying to find a drama that should work for her. She finally came back to having a lead role, but these are the projects that she's getting. And I was really looking forward to the male lead's drama ever since I've watched him on 12 Letters. I've been anticipating his projects again, but it's really not good. All right, next drama I dropped is the 2026 Chinese drama Archives the Nanyang Mystery. I don't know. Like Chinese dramas that's airing these days, I feel like they feel pretty old, except for a select few that have directors that know what they're doing and have more of a traditional and more subtle way of shooting scenes so that when you watch the drama later, it won't feel like it was shot from 2015. And this drama feels like that. The vibe is so old, which is a shame because I really like the actors and I love dramas with mystery and weird supernatural elements. And, in the beginning, we find out that the characters have weird nicknames, so it has a really cute point in the drama. But I have, again, problem with the production, not quality, but just the direction, the sound effects, plus the dubbing. The dubbing, I don't know. I don't think it matches. Does it? Not the vibe, but like whatever expression that the actors have on their face, it's a little bit too oily, too buttery. You know what I mean? Too anime dub feeling, you know? You know what I mean? And I don't think the humor of the drama matched mine. I liked the first four episodes, but it wasn't enough for me to like bypass all my dislike about the drama to continue watching. Ooh, The Legend of Rosy Clouds. I was so looking forward to it because of the male lead. I really like the male lead. After I watched the first episode, I knew I was gonna drop it, but I've watched it till episode 10 ish, 12 ish to wait to see if any of the characters grow on me to stick through this drama. I have the same issue with this one as the previous drama mentioned, is that it feels very old in its humor and editing. The characters themselves and how they're directed, how they're written feels very old. The sound effects feel very old. Plus the dubbing. Like, I know what Lee Tong sounds like, and she has such a distinct voice. In my point of view, I don't think this character suits her at all. Maybe it's because I've seen too many of her dramas where other stronger, independent, intelligent characters, more realistic characters, suited her compared to a typical rom com female lead. The next two dramas that I dropped are the summer Turkish dramas. One is Mutamel Aşk and one is Dalganin Kanunu. I would say I'm fairly new to Turkish dramas, even though I've skimmed and watched quite a few now. And according to what I read, Turkish summer dramas are a thing, are like a separate genre, a different vibe from a regular Turkish serial. And as I watched this, two dramas, it certainly gives a different vibe. It's lighter compared to the regular Turkish dramas that I've watched. I don't know. It seems very unrealistic for both these dramas, and especially when these two dramas deal with work stuff. I just find it really ridiculous, the work scenarios and how they resolve work, and I couldn't get into it. I might get into Mutamel Aşk again, if I have nothing to watch and want to go back and see how it went. But for now, it's a drop for me for these two Turkish dramas. Now, moving on to the completed list. First will be my all-time favorite Turkish drama, Uzak Sehir. For the second season, it's not as good as the first one. And I am not 100% completely happy with how the second season ended, and I made a whole separate video if you want to go and check it out. To make it short, I just wish that each character had character development by the end of the series, but it seemed like they ended up where they started. I really wouldn't have minded the same ending. I hope they went about it a different way. And I think they just missed a great opportunity for really good yearning and expression of love. But I'm really excited for the third season. I'm counting down, like, I think 5 more months to go based on the gap between the first and second season. I'm gonna miss this family, even though I find most of the characters, except the leads, annoying. I'm still attached to them. So this drama was a 7 out of 10. Next drama I completed is the 2026 Chinese drama, The Heir. I really enjoyed this one. I don't know what to tell you. I enjoy Yang Zi and mostly anything she does. as long as it's like a mainstream thing. I didn't watch her last drama because it wasn't my cup of tea. And I will say, like, one criticism that I can give towards Youngjae's acting is that whatever cosmetic surgery she did, I think froze her face, right? I can see her eyes emoting and her mouth moving, but the rest of her face wasn't moving, so it was a little bit of a weird experience for me. But like I said, I enjoy Youngja in everything she does because I'm just a fan. It was slow and slow and slow, and it really picked up at the end. The female lead managed to solve everything, and the male lead appeared less and less and less by the end too. One twist that I did not expect is that the male lead's family was the reason the female lead's family was ruined. I really didn't think that they would make it that a fact. So, this was an 8 out of 10 for me. Next, 50s Professionals. I really enjoyed it. I think Oh Jung-se was the star. He really shined in this drama. And the male lead really did a good job in being the center and anchored everything. I don't know about the gangster slash convenience stores owner guy. I think it would have been okay without the love line. I think that part was a little bit cringy. I enjoyed it, so it's a 7 out of 10. Next drama I completed is the 2026 Korean drama Teach You a Lesson. I really, really love this. I waited for a Kim Woo-yeol lead drama ever since his, I think it's a 2019 drama. I did this, yeah. 2015 drama Beautiful Bride. And his previous projects were not my cup of tea, except Juvenile Justice, but I watched it for the female lead, Kim Hye-soo. Anyways, finally Kim Woo-yeol got his big break, like big mainstream break. I read in the comments that some people felt that some of the episodic stories were unmemorable, like in the later episodes, but I really enjoyed it. The stories were based on real events, but they're exaggerated, of course, because this is a drama. The characters in the episodic episodes feel very cartoonish. I hope they made them a little bit and more realistic. I had a problem with Shin Gi-ju's acting in the beginning when she first appeared, and I think it was because of the direction she was given, and I wish she just toned it down a little bit, and whatever comedic effect that they were going for would have worked much better if it was toned down. But overall, I'm so happy about this drama. It was very cathartic, and the main through line of the drama was great. The motivations of each characters were great. So yeah, I rated it 9 out of 10. I really loved it. Next completed drama is the 2026 Chinese drama, The First Jasmine. I really did not expect to love this. I watched the trailer and was excited for it, but kept my hopes really low because you know how trailers can be, especially with Chinese dramas. And I did not like any of the lead's last projects, especially Bai Lu. She's been working forever, but I could count by my fingers how many dramas of hers that I completed and that I've really liked. And for Chung Lei, I really liked his one drama that he did after My Journey to You, but that's it. I doubted that they could have chemistry because I think in my experience, Bai Lu, it's very rare that she has meaningful chemistry with a male lead, I feel like. And their chemistry was good. It was okay. It was very subtle, like everything else in the drama, but it felt genuine. And I think this drama has become my favorite drama as it aired, and it really pained me when they were airing one episode each day in like episode 30, like for a week. Like, why? Why would you do this to me? And I love that this is not just a romance drama. It's not just a revenge heavy drama, and it's not just a politics heavy drama. Each element was very well balanced, and nothing was in the background. No element was sacrificed It's not like most dramas where the politics is just in the background, or if it's a revenge first drama, the romance is in the background. And it did each of the elements really well. And I love the side characters, and I love that they didn't spend too much time with the side characters. They just gave them enough time for us to care about them and did not drag out whatever second lead love story like most idol dramas have. If I have one gripe with a drama is that the female lead at the end has had too much of the female lead halo, because I don't know if they forgot that the female lead actually like was very vengeful, murderous. Like she burned somebody to death in the beginning of the drama. But the drama acted like she brought everything to court and revealed everything, and that's how she got her revenge slash justice. That wasn't the case. But nonetheless, I really, really love the drama, so I rated it a 9 out of 10. Next is the 1996 Japanese drama Hitori Gurashi. I was disappointed in this one, even though I've searched through hell and back for an English sub version, and I finally found it. I expected this drama to give me the same feeling when I watched Pride, Long Vacation, Love Revolution, those late 90s to early 2000s Japanese dramas. But, it had the look, but it did not have the energy. I don't think this drama reached the full potential of what it could have been. I wish that they focused a lot more on the female lead discovering what it's like to live alone. We got some, but I didn't get enough because that was the core of the drama. And I wish the relationship was more messy because the male lead and the female lead had good chemistry. I just needed the chaoticness that an inexperienced single girl living alone and a single man who has experienced a lot and what that relationship could have been. But I believe that the drama ended well. I don't think the male lead and the female lead would end up together, nor did I think it was a good idea. The male lead should have been there for the female lead's growth and leave. So I rated this a 5 out of 10. Next completed drama is the 2026 Chinese drama Love Has Fireworks. That's a difficult title. I have the same criticisms for this drama as everybody, feeling that it's very old. Not as old as Archives, The Nanyang Mystery, nor The Legend of the Rosy Clouds, but this drama feels more recent compared to those two, but still old. But I loved it because I think the two leads developed a genuine friendship before they became lovers. And most romance dramas don't do that no more. They go straight into them being attracted or them being enemies and then slowly falling in love. There's no friendship most of the time, or the friendship develops after they become lovers. But this, I really like the slow burn romance, and the office and business aspects were done a lot better than other idol romantic contemporary dramas. And we have to address the AI face swap for the second male lead. My God. Yeah, I think that's the worst AI face swap that I've ever seen. And I've seen one in Pursuit of Jade. But at least that one I felt they made a genuine effort, that it was a little bit more well done, and the result of the face swap awkwardness was because of the limitations of AI. But this one, goddamn, like it was so sad to look at. And I felt so bad for the second male lead because he's been in dramas for a long time and this is what he gets. But, overall, if I ignore that part, which I can because the main focus is the two leads, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Alright, next completed drama is the 2026 Korean drama Notes from the Last Row. The acting, It's Chemin-shik and Hojunho and a lot more as the veteran cast. And Cheon-nook, I knew he was something special the moment I saw him in Weak Hero Class 1, and then really, really rooted for him in Twinkling Watermelon. He does not fall back. Can stand his own ground between all these veterans. One favorite moment that I want to mention in this drama is when Chemin-shik stole the competition prompt for Cheon-nook's character, and he hasn't done something out of character or something this thrilling in a long time. And he runs right after he gets the prompt. He runs as fast as he can outside. Just him enjoying the thrill, being happy. I think that's one of the best acting I've ever seen in a while. And I would have been mad about the twist if it was a longer drama, but it's only 6 episodes, so I'm not that mad at it. And I just love these types of dramas where you explore like jealousy, obsession, and how those things can lead you to doing extreme actions, like the male lead in this drama, and even ended up ruining his life. Some of the comments say that he did that all for what? Nothing. Just for the sake of what? But I feel like my recent experiences, emotions, especially negative ones, if it gets to you, you do something that you don't usually do. From outside looking in, Chemin-shik's character lives an okay life because he's a professor in a college, probably tenured because his class is a required subject for people to graduate. He's married to a beautiful, supportive wife. And if he was just less bitter, right? And if he actually changed his perspective, he could have lived a happy life. But his inferiority complex and obsession, and paired with his wild imagination, just ruined his life. And while his successful friend, played by Ho Juno, received the same criticism he gave to him like 20 years ago, he found an answer to move on with his life and create more things. So I feel like it's just a matter of perspective. And I like the last question that the young male lead posed to the older male lead, Chemin-shik, like, is your story that special? But I wish that we spent more time with Cheon-nook's character's background so that his motivation in using most of his life to exact revenge on Chemin-shik's character will be more convincing. The short time that we explored that wasn't a convincing motive for me. But I really enjoyed it, so it's an 8 out of 10. Moving on to the currently watching list. The 2026 Korean drama Reborn Rich. I have really nothing to say except that I'm still enjoying it and I'm looking forward to the ending. But I feel like the back and forth between the male lead and the antagonist of the drama is a little bit repetitive, but the drama is ending, so I don't know if it really matters. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the ending, so it's an 8 out of 10 for me. Next current watch is the 2026 Korean drama See You at Work Tomorrow. I did not expect to like this drama this much. I really, really loved it. I wish that the female lead gave a little more. And I don't think it's the actress's fault, it's the direction she was given, because the actress is a good actress. But I think the director should have asked her to do just 0.5% more. I think she was just a little bit lacking, right? She was just very like that. Because I expect a female lead of a romantic drama to be more. Even though she is beat down by life a little bit more quirky and lively, but I guess that's the point because she's just a regular office worker. I don't know. I think I just like the male lead, how it's written and how it's portrayed. He feels very normal and he convinces me of that cold CEO type without being cartoonish. It makes sense that his actions may cause people to misunderstand, but but he doesn't feel mean and rude. So it's currently a 9 out of 10. Next current watch list is the 2026 Korean drama Agent Kim Reactivated. I love Soju Sub, and I really liked his last drama, but the appearance of guns like just pulled me out. And in this drama, there are guns, but it's more convincing because of the character backgrounds and the people involved. So I'm not really turned off by the appearance of guns. I will say that sometimes the humor feels very out of place. Sometimes it works, most of the time it does not. And I wish they would tone down the humor a little bit. Next, Hunter x Hunter. Why not? Recently, it's being continued at last. That's why a lot of YouTube analysis videos about Hunter x Hunter is popping up. And it's one of my favorite shonen, and I really enjoyed it. And like I said, I've watched a bunch of movies, and one of it was Sheep Detectives. I really did not expect to cry, to make me emotional, because I expected to watch a light comedic murder mystery, but I genuinely cried. There were two moments that made me really emotional by the end of this movie. I did not expect to enjoy it that much. So, yeah, that's it. I tried to make it as quick as possible, but it still took 50 minutes to go through all of the lists. Alright, bye. I need to go to work.